Шановні колеги, продовжуємо роботу в Україні.
Dear colleagues, we continue work in the Ukrainian Crisis Media Center, and we now discuss results of the charity auction of dates. We have Eskender Bariev, member of Mejlis, chairman of the Crimean Tatar Resource Center. Then Mr. Artur Kharytonov, president of the NGO Liberal Democratic League of Ukraine. Valentyn Havryshchuk, representative of the NGO Liberal Democratic League of Ukraine, and Bohdana, Ostapyk, and Daria, Sokolovska, also representatives of the same league. Good afternoon. I'm Artur Kharytonov, president of the NGO Liberal Democratic League of Ukraine. For a long period of time, we had been working in the area of human rights, protection of human rights, and more specifically about the rights of Crimean Tatars who now suffer from Russian occupation. We understand that Crimea is an integral part of Ukraine, and Crimean Tatars are part of Ukrainian people, and we should demonstrate that we are liberal and democratic state. Jointly with our colleagues, we had started the liberation movement and human rights movement dealing with those victims who remain in jails and who suffer from violation of their human rights under occupation. After 7 months of the project implementation, we decided to share information, to disseminate information, and we understood that we need public help, and thus we came to the idea of charity auction of dates or maybe visits. Now I would like to invite my colleagues to develop more about this. As Artur mentioned, we had started this project in December last year. We organized a lecture by Gennady Afanasyev in internet. Then we approached to Eskender Bariev and requested the organization of the charity auction of dates. What is this movement? The prisoners of war, the prisoners. What is this movement about? This is the movement intended to help our people who remain in jails in Crimea. The more Ukrainians forget about Crimea, the more we need such charity auctions, the more we remind people about Crimea, the more this will do not allow people to forget about Crimea. Now we have gathered a team from among students for this auction. And now I would like to give the floor to Bohdana Ostapyk. Thank you. The idea of charity auction of dates came to us when we discussed the problems of Crimean Tatars. Several times the Ministry of Information informed us that they have the activities for families of Crimean Tatars. And thus we came across the idea of charity auction of dates. This format is very popular among young people. I'm very grateful to Taras Shevchenko University students, the Kyiv Mohila Academy students for the support. Thank you. The course of the auction was not interesting, although I would like to describe the results. For us, this was the first experience, charity auction of dates. And we are ready to show you that we have now 10,000 hryvnia, which we are ready to hand, to transfer to Eskender Bariev, a member of Mejlis, for support of the Crimean Tatar families. Good afternoon, dear participants of this press conference. Being a member of Mejlis and chairman of the Crimean Tatar Resource Center, I would like to state that this 10,000 hryvnia could be spent by some people within one day, or some other people should work for several months to earn such money. But this is an important sign that Ukrainian students, Ukrainian youth, understanding the difficult situation of Crimean people and knowing the needs of Crimean Tatar families whose breadwinners remain in jails, they demonstrated their solidarity. Of course, this is Crimean solidarity among Crimean Tatar residents in Crimea who collect money, who raise money to assist families. And this sign of solidarity is very important for for Crimean Tatar children who cannot see their fathers remaining in jails. And on February 26th, we had the Solidarity March. This time we have a contribution in result of the charity auction. These are important signs of solidarity demonstrated to the entire world that we are one, we are united. This very innovative event that students held, it is not understandable to elder generation. I think that for young people, for students, this is a good financial result. I would like to thank to the organizers of this charity auction, these young people, on behalf of all those political prisoners who remain in jails in Crimea, on behalf of their families, and on behalf of those participants of the auction, on those who organized the auction. I think that this first charity auction was very successful, and I think that we should involve Ukrainian politicians, Ukrainian pop stars to participate in the auction. I encourage Ukrainian pop stars, creative people, politicians to join this next series of this action. I think that in this case we might raise much more money. Almost 70 children whose parents, whose breadwinners remain in jails in Crimea, or who are missing and we do not know where the parents are. That 70 children need financial support and need emotional support. And one more important thing, this money were raised by Ukrainian young people, by Ukrainian young generation, which will build up our country for the future. And I think that Ukraine has the future because we have such young people. Of course, this money will be disseminated among families. The Crimean Solidarity, the Crimean Tatar Resource Center will decide how to allocate this money, and of course later we will present our detailed report how they will be allocated. Thank you very much. I have the question to all of you. So the organizers of the action, so this was the first stage. How you plan to disseminate information about future events? Please follow up us in the internet. We cannot say this as of this moment. The first organization of the charity auction had shown that there were unexpected difficulties, but now we have gained some experience, and please follow us on Facebook and we will inform. So which Facebook? Liberal Democratic League of Ukraine, and separate charity auction group, and also the prisoners movement and Crimean Tatar Resource Center. Altogether, we will inform about further actions of this type. And could you indicate how many students participated in your first auction? Around 100 people. These were students, but there were some people who were not students. There were also civic activists, Mariam Nayem, Ali Maliyev, and some other people. Thank you very much. I hope that due to this press conference, people will know more about your activities, and that finally pop stars and politicians will join you. Thank you.